Guerrillas off the point. Mack staying alive as long as he can!
What a beautiful flank this could be. The second, oh God, the round's gone!
They are, Brent has an opportunity. There's the first, there's the second, turns on.
And still, if fire works out, do you get any more? Yeah, that is 5. The Young Guns in round 11. Can they go big? Can he come out the corner in time? And you bet he will! That's it! Takes down
winner, 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 winner. Winner, bury me a sinner.
Inside there, less than 30 seconds, and that bomb goes to boom. Scumpy finds one, the second as well. Here comes the push, pressure now from mid. Drazah. Shotzzy wins a big one. Shotzzy's got to stay alive. Shotzzy tries to make it that bit easier, but that's 3v1. Dashy all alone. Makes it a 3v2. Hey, reach out. Bang!
How we doing? Yo, was that a drum? Who brought the drums? I know you guys are pumped for this. I'm gonna kill the fluff. Let's get right into it. You know the squads. Let's meet the teams. First off, OpTic Texas. Shotzzy and the king!
Guys haven't tasted victory in so long under the OpTic name. You know these guys want to put on a show for you. They want to win here in Texas. I can't wait to get this underway.
All right, I know you're all here to see OpTic, but their opposition, it is not going to be easy. Let's take a look at Seattle Surge. Simp, accuracy, Mack, and Pred.
It is all bit.
This is crazy. The crowd, they're not liking him right now. And you know what? Seattle Surge is definitely gonna have a chip on their shoulder. Clint, I'm ready for this matchup to get started, baby.
Let's get it going. Texas, are you ready?
I might.
Let's get it right up to our chasters. Chance, Miles, take it away, baby.
Hey, I don't run with Charles and Mance. That could be a weird sort of name. I'll take it, man. I'll take it. Wow, all right, the crowd is not disappointed. You've all done an amazing job. This is going to be one hell of a match. And hey, we've been looking forward to this now for as long as we've known the schedule for the major.
I mean, this is like the match to kick off the tournament as far as I'm concerned, and it is a banger. You have Seattle placing second at the Kickoff Classic, where Simp was looking like arguably the best player in the game. Well, now he gets to go against some of the best players of all time, 3 world champions on OpTic Texas, and you're going against Scump with the home crowd as well. It is a fearsome match that we have.
Call of Duty may have never seen a crowd this biased in its entire time, but let's look at the maps and modes as we work our way through this. Chance, a story to be told.
Dude, super interesting map set that we have, right? OpTic is the higher seed, so the Tuscan control, they love that map. You get it locked in, guaranteed. But after that, Desert Siege has been the auto veto for both of these teams. Neither of them we have actually seen play it, so we end up getting OpTic to pick that for the map 5. That is surprise number 1. Surprise number 2, well, OpTic, they banned the Tuscan hardpoint. Both of these teams love the map. I think OpTic are undefeated on it, but they want to play against the other team's weaknesses rather to their own strength. So that is how that Gavutu goes through. So interesting map 4 we have. And of course, we go to the cage for map number 1. A spicy one, a square up map. OpTic undefeated on it, but Seattle, they knew that they let this through. They want to take them down in map number 1.
2 teams, exciting, electrifying. The atmosphere here at the Esports Stadium Arena here in Arlington is something to behold. Here we go. It is map number 1, McCage Hardpoint.
To the cage we go to kick things off.
Dude, and the biggest thing, right? We have seen it from Seattle. Sib has had his struggles. Even Pred is slowed down just a little bit. You cannot afford to be slow. We are going to find out instantly if these guys can hit that bounce back, because we saw those records. OpTic, they want to make this their home. Shotzzy, it has been his playground. 1.25 KD, and for iLLeY as well, one of his strongest maps. OpTic, they love it here on the cage. Let's see what they can do.
Both teams have got an interesting run here, of course. OpTic, last 2 times we've seen them play this, they've let the game run down the game.
It's crazy.
Not finish this one out. Will we see somebody close this one out? Go the distance to the 250. Here we go. Our winners bracket matchup, the final here on Thursday. Let's get it.
The finest left stick in the league. Shotzzy, he's got the moves like Jagger, but he gets taken down. Already 3 in the feed for Seattle. You can already push out the map and start to try to work that roaming Slayers, but of course, it is both cage. P1, it is going to be scrappy as you vie for that map control.
Of course, Burkaj, quite a small map, fast rotations indeed. iLLeY and Scump trying to make the play across map. They're towards the top side of the map, hard point number 2, that's where that will be. And there's still 20 plus seconds remaining here on first chance, the dreaded gate. No one really able to get too much out of it. OpTic now with a bit of control. Can they find the kills now? On Scump, he finds 2 at the point, flushes them out. Woo! Picks up numbers. Whoa! Okie dokie! Scump finds all 4.
Oh, you come at the king, you best not miss it. Well, 4 in a row did, but even still, I mean, look at the score. It is 11-2 for Seattle, and they still held on to those spawns, so that 4-piece gets them literally nothing. The battle of the AR towards P2, or maybe the battle of nades. OpTic able to take a couple down, get them out of those back spawns for the moment, and take control of this money hill.
Somebody killed the chicken with that nade as well, unbelievable. Mack trying to fly in the hard point. Able to find anything? No, here comes the cover fire. Dashy in the back, keeping it safe. Hard point remains in OpTic territory for now. Nobody's on point. Dashy, once again, trying to clear our top side of the barn. Here we go. Map spread now for OpTic. A decent amount of time to be had. Over to the next point. Shotzzy can't quite get it done. Good hold now out of Seattle on the rotation. Scumpy, though, makes his way in. And once again, it's Seattle that hold grannies.
I mean, you got to admit, though, right? OpTic dealing with the bad spawns are able to break through that hill and build themselves a decent little lead. Similar situation, though. They got an extra 10 seconds to work with them in this rotation. iLLeY going to be waiting for his teammates, or maybe tries to strike in the back, but accuracy is there. Shotzzy does have this top control, so OpTic, honestly, poised to try to make this break. 30-point lead, not too shabby.
So far, so good. Shotzzy now entry through the backside. In a Grandma's house we go. Hard points up. Mack can clear that one out. Try and hit the flanks as well. Important to attack multiple angles inside of Grandma's. Looking at the spawns for Seattle Surge. Right-hand side of the map, close as you like. OpTic now on the counter-attack. Trying to get him out. Good hold now from Seattle. Starting to slow this game down. Things got a little too hairy to start things off.
And of course, we already know this hill can be incredibly scrappy. It has been the case so far early on in these first 30 seconds. I will say, though, going into Barn, OpTic has been one of the better teams in the game and locking down P4. So you have to be very careful for Seattle to not give up that full rotation. Admittedly, they don't have to go very far, and Seattle's done a nice job just to try to get this game a little bit close, but these next 15 seconds are a big deal.
Yeah, great timeout Surge. Pull themselves back into this game. The contest comes to a close, and it's Seattle on top. Final 10 seconds are done, but already over to the barn we go in the next hard point, middle of the map. You can't miss it. It's a barn already. The players battling for that rotation. OpTic are info.
And look at the map control, right? You got 2 players for OpTic pushed out up towards the tank, up towards the A bomb site. They've got the clearance, and already the first 10 seconds have gone uncontested on this hill. You even see Scump, the roaming Slayer, gets taken down. Mack hits through the back with Shotzzy there. We go towards the contest, a little bit scrappy, but that was an important break. Seattle able to deliver.
Got holding it down now still. Time ticking away for Seattle Surge. We'll see the lead change hands, but not for too long. Here on the cage, things get a little crazy. Dashy now trying to push through one side. Oh, watch out for the friendly fire, as we're still trying to find some form of entry now over towards that point.
And you are doing everything you can just to fight for an extra few seconds. Shotzzy trying to make moves, trying to get his team out of that spawn. That is a clean 4 down, and this might be 20 seconds of scrap for OpTic to rebuild that lead. And now we go over towards the river. You already see players like Accuracy posted up around that tower. Right now, Seattle need to keep those back spawns secure. They're working from a little bit of a deficit. If they get broken here on Røkkr, things might start to spiral out of control.
Slowly but surely. You're going to see iLLeY, the closest member now for OpTic, trying to hit that point. Shotzzy clearing at the back as well. It's all Seattle Surge, though, in the hill. They're picking up the time. They're picking up the kills. This is a good look. Here comes Shotzzy, though, from the inside. Cuts one down. The trade. Not quite there. He's going to stay alive for a few moments, but here comes Scumpy from behind, a player we talked about for many, many years, having to step things up. 11 of 13 overall, not bad.
And he stays alive. Look at this is doing. iLLeY right now picking up pieces inside of the hill. And Scump, he can just wait to late flank this. He's got Shotzzy for the help, and well, he might fall. The hill has been cleared out, but Scump, you are just waiting to pounce on these players. Takes too long, gets taken down, and that final bit of scrap, it looks like Seattle, well, it is not an easy one on Røkkr, but they are still trying to fight for it.
Holding it down. Sid was the last man up in position there to get the time. He's taken care of. Keeping that point open is safe. No one's going to profit from that for now. We are going to go back now to the middle of the map. Second set of hard points now abound. Neither team able to crack 100. It's expected of the cage here. Both teams very evenly matched in the kills department. Over to Mack now. Finding those kills in mid, trying to clear out Barn, and it's going to be a headbutt in just a moment on that new point.
This game already shaping up to be a marathon that you have to sprint, right? But right now, every single player in the lobby is contributing. Obviously, the score is a result of that, but right now, I think it is Shotzzy putting up the largest pace in this game. 19 kills to his name, and well, for Seattle, you already see players like number 5 working on the flip. You got Mack around the hill, gets done. Shotzzy is there. Woo! First player to break 20.
A shot out of Simp. That's the 20 kill mark broke for Shotzzy. Hard point now in the hands of OpTic for a moment, but here comes Pred from up high. Simp finding the kills though. That's another massive component there to Seattle's surge success. And Simp finds a couple more. Pred doing what he can to fly forward. Scump's got the hill locked down. OpTic still trying to fight their way into this one. Let's go for a quick listen in with OpTic Texas.
He's hurt. He's really hurt. No, just one check, guys. One check.
Yeah, I'm still spot. I'm about to go back.
Literally just to the left. I'm one shot on a barn. I'm pulling one left as well.
Back barn. One shot on him.
Where did
he go? They can only give me shot. They can only give.
I heard that.
I'm gonna take it ready.
I'm still putting left right now, guys.
Top part.
Nice job. I'm trying to block. Back on it. Where is he? Go back left. Yeah, he's come. He went front.
Yeah, shock after that.
Right towards time.
Back on. Back barn. Take your left. He's at the tank.
I don't see him.
I'm
watching.
I'm nading over.
Yo, one check. Get one check.
Small
back hill.
He's in the barn. I think that's tank. What's that time?
Yo, we Victor, absolute.
I'll get top.
Top on Mack. Keep staying down that.
Then
I might play right now. I don't see anything.
Green browse absolute.
I don't see I don't know.
Okay, I get the back browse.
Yeah, they might flip.
Make sure don't flip. I think we did though.
I don't see. Yeah, we already flipped. One guy's kitchen. First guy's kitchen. I'll go. Slow down.
Get back, absolute. One shot.
Yeah, he ran. Yeah, that's one check right now, guys.
There's one more front door.
Are you already left?
Yeah.
Yeah, A plan, you Brennan. I need over A plan. I need over you. You Brennan, can you over me?
Yeah, hold on.
Eyes on, back Lamar. I like no.
Oh, just like that. No way.
No shot, dude.
All good.
Yeah, you were. I gotta slow down. I just slowed down right there. I was going so fast.
Honestly, no, we're good. We're gonna break the fuck out of that.
Yeah.
And that is heartbreak. That is a very, very unfortunate moment. We heard it from the listening. Again, the players just disappointed. But 135-109, an exciting scoreline. OpTic finally able to pull things away, Chance.
And iLLeY started talking about we need to slow the game down. I don't think that's what he meant. That's not what he had in mind, but
too slow.
A screeching halt. And again, it is a map that is a marathon that you have to sprint. I mean, it is absurd. That is just 5 minutes of just energy gone that you have to try to rebound from. But these players certainly trying to make up for it. What was that, a 20-point game? I think really the only two things to note, Shotzzy lighting up the kill feed on the flip side. iLLeY, bit of a slow game towards, well, the end of the reset at the very least. I saw him 11 and 23 at one point, but I don't know, man. Vanguard / Bokash. Sometimes it giveth, sometimes it taketh away, and that just took away 5 minutes of our time.
Hey, but it wasn't bad, right? I was pretty lit, huh? That guy knows what I'm talking about. However, though, for Seattle Surge, there's going to be a heavy pump on the brakes. We're going to now slow this down, find out what's going to go on with the full reset there, and see what's going to happen. Again, over to the referees for that one. But in the time being, Chance, nice kills outside out of either team, decent holds out of Surge, really keeping that one competitive. It wasn't until the final moments of the game there that OpTic really pulled away. So big takeaways from the start of the Bocage. Very, very closely contested from either team. OpTic winning those rotations most of the time. That wasn't going to the game clock.
Well, that was also, Bocage in his natural state, right? Because even a couple of those early rotations just get broken, become scrappy. We saw it at Røkkr. Both times for P2, by the way, Seattle had the spawns. Doesn't really make a difference, right? And also the comedy of, Scump picking up a literal 4-piece.
Like all him
to get you 0 seconds. Absolutely 0 seconds to add to the clock. So a highlight play for sure, but that just means we got to go back and do it all over once again. Get rid of some of the jitters, right? Yeah. Everyone is nervous coming into a match. There are no exceptions, but really once you get in that first minute of the game, it fades away. But These are the hardpoint top performers of this season. To no surprise, Shotzzy leading the way for OpTic. The damage, of course, just over the top. And honestly, for an SMG, that is a fairly impressive stat line just to be able to deal out a little bit more than you take. Is honestly, a lot of these SMG players just turn into bullet sponges.
I mean, and the MP40 received a little bit of a nerf not too long ago, affecting the damage range. Didn't do a whole lot to slow down these bad boys. But there we go. Look at those stats as we get back into things. But an exciting start nonetheless. And again, when it comes to Surge, we look back as far as Kickoff Classic, they broke on the scene. They turned everyone's heads. They showed everyone the world that Seattle Surge was here to play. And especially off the back of plays of Mack, and of course the dynamic duo of Simp and Pred. Those guys, exciting players to watch indeed. Very, very hot careers ahead of them if they can find the success. And this is the kind of series that makes or breaks, you know, like the future, you know, set up for your career. But real quick, friends, it's Rambo Ray's birthday. Can we give him a big happy birthday on 3? On 3, you maniacs! 1, 2, 3! You know, he probably didn't hear that. Those headphones. Oh, he did! Yeah, Ray! Hey, we love that. He played a little bit of golf this morning, but today is strictly business. There we go. Rambo Ray, only 48 years old.
And we can wax poetic about the career that he has, the impact that he has had on Call of Duty, from like pro player to coach to dev at one point. He has simply done it all, and everything that that man does, he does at his very best. I mean, a fantastic golfer, fantastic bowler. You could talk about Ray for hours, but right now it's about that game plan. Going back into this bocage, again, very scrappy. I think iLLeY sort of had the right idea. If either one of these teams on any given hill is actually able to slow that game down to their pace, you can actually see money hills develop. We talked about the P4 that OpTic, generally speaking, have a decent advantage, at least when they win that rotation. The same thing can be said for that River Hill. This is a team fully capable of stringing something together on bocage, and well, we'll get to see that they can make that happen in round number 2.
Round number 2, we're going to run it back. And again for Surge now. Final few moments for them to pass on some words. We're loading in. This is it. We're going to get back into bocage. I believe a full reset is in order. Thumbs are up all across the board. We're going to do it one more time, friends. And both teams, stylistically, they like to get into the swing of things. They like to get a little crazy. And I'm very hoping to see the big pop-offs. It's some machine gun plays. It's those MP40s ringing out. Here we go. We're going to do this one more time.
Getting back in the swing of things, the opening break. I mean, I think the P1 we saw, what, an 11-2 scoreline after that first hard point. Not easy at all, but that's actually a fairly comparable rotation battle between these two teams towards the top. Neither hyper successful at the breaks, but of course, when we say break, we mean if you lose the rotation, outscoring them after the fact, right? Obviously on a map like Bocage, both teams are gonna be breaking into damn near every single hill, so it really just is about that outscoring. If you're looking at just for P5 on this map, I mean, again, 18%. It's not exactly a money hill, but for here on the cage, it's the best we got.
Running it back. Here we go. Map number 1 again. Flying desperately into the hard point go. The players of OpTic a little bit of a in and out as Shotzzy lights up the kill feed again. It's a nice 2, and he has an assailant behind him. Finally, Mack's going to slow that spree down, but either way, time going the way of OpTic Texas this time. Things look different, Chance.
I mean, a bit of a switch up right, strong opening break, and it looks like OpTic really putting pressure on that bottom left-hand side of the map, trying to flip those spawns. So that is what iLLeY is going to be thinking about long-term, but still inside the point. Right now for OpTic, not terrible time to try and collect. I mean, I know it's only 8 points, but that is how it is. But by the way, iLLeY dealt with, spawn secured, Seattle able to stabilize this P1 just a little bit.
Right now, those green arrows, the players in OpTic now keeping the pressure on the hill, but also looking towards New. That's accuracy, though. Posted up on top of one of the many tanks that adorn his name, and he's now been brought down finally. The exchange of gunfire is going to come to a close, and here comes the final few pushes from the members of OpTic towards the new hill. 4 seconds to Surge off first, 8 for Texas. That is wild. Now we go to P2 Chance, and it's already looking very green.
And this is honestly basically what happened the first 2 go-arounds for the P1, right? Yes, Seattle able to get those spawns, but someone for OpTic always able to make it a little bit mixy, but now Seattle, they have that clearance. It is only number 3 Shotzzy pushed up for his team at all, and while he gets dealt with, you got Mack leading up the charge for the Slayers. It's not easy to make this hill a money hill, but Seattle right now putting in the work.
That's a lot of kills going their way. Eyes on spawns as well. Dashy stun's going to give away his position. Mack's going to clean it up. That's now 3 in a row for Mackenzie. And that's going to be a decent amount of time now accrued from Seattle. Surge, they're still holding this one down. Last ditch attempt with 20 seconds remaining here on tanks. We're now going to roll over back towards Grannies as the kills keep on flowing. OpTic, with a decent amount of time, they can level things up.
Yeah, it'll be a tied game going into this new hill. And right now, Scump, I think the lone man for his team, but he just wants that top barn control. You see no pressure coming in from the river side. For OpTic, it's the 2 players up top. Well, here's the pressure for River, by the way. Shotzzy finds the route. Route man gets paid. Spawns for OpTic. Scump up top times it perfectly. OpTic, the break they need, the break they get.
Here we go. Into Grannies. 2 players through the front from Surge. Now brought down. Dashy's on the outside, finding the kills. There's a big old deep flank. It's going to be Simp. Gets the spawns to the back end, but Scump's aware of it. Here comes the hit. Pred through the window. Scump brings him down. That was 4 before being taken care of in the end. Shotzzy, though, on a 5. He's got streaks on his mind.
And I will say that might be, well, actually, yeah, streaks way more important. Trying to get the next one for the glide, but Mack shuts him down. One of the biggest kills of the game so far in Seattle delivers. But even as it stands, these final 20 seconds, I mean, can anyone collect anything around this?
Yeah!
Dashy, the Shredder, picks up 2, 1 HP, all he needs.
That's all he needs, baby. Scump now in the back. Towards barn we go. Early rotations once again from OpTic. 57 seconds about to change real big. Surge gets a lot of the scrap towards the end of Grandma's. It's not going to be enough. Here come the final reinforcements and the next push towards the new hardpoint. Mack's in first. They're close to test. Watch that game clock just close down as soon as players contest the hardpoint. Backside now covered. Here come OpTic.
And it's just the main best about it be in this hard point. Accuracy 30 HP, but not getting peppered by anything. It goes to contest time for the moment. The back and forth is there. OpTic not secure in this hill, but able to get a few more seconds. It's about a 15-point lead in this game. The nades raining through the sky. And it's only Sib able to collect. Just the spread across the map, and I think a couple players think about rotation. Number 3 and number 8 just walk past each other, so that is Pred in this moment. He's thinking about the spawns for new. OpTic instead, they're thinking about the scrap.
Still trying to keep the scrap alive. That's a lot of time to be given up. Good to contest. Now it's down to 13 seconds. Scump's there. No kills to be had. That's all Surge. Lead is now theirs. Rotation's all theirs as well. OpTic Texas, they've taken the foot off the gas for a second, and they may miss out on the next rotation.
And again, an interesting moment, right? Shotzzy, he goes to old while Pred goes to new. Seattle, well, it's a 3-point game. They're trying to see if they can just get any sort of money hill again. We talk about being P5 being the only potential. And so far in the hill, so good. They still have that back tower control as well. And honestly, at this point, they're starting to pick OpTic apart.
Yeah, the kills just keep going. Pred now on the roam. Can't quite take care of Shotzzy. Gets away with his life now. Mack to pick it up. Kills either side. Still trade out. Pick up the big one from Mack. Top side covered. You've still got 1 minute of OpTic down low. Cleaned up immediately. Seattle Surge not letting a single player get away with their lives. Time's still ticking away. 30 seconds on River. And all things considered, chance on the reset. Surge at the drivers.
And again, that comes down to that Pred rotation. It is a 30-point game, which on Bocage, that is a decent margin. This is not fun to try and fight back from, especially when we already know what we're going to. These next 65 seconds towards this next hill, it is incredibly difficult to collect any time at all. So Seattle, they are incredibly happy with that first set of rotations. 50-point lead just about, not bad at all.
Bad at all. Back we go towards our first hard point. Second set, now abound. Slow game from iLLeY there. Again. The first time we saw him go around, I think he finished on 11 kills. Everyone else a lot higher than that. We'll see if iLLeY can't pick things up. Shotzzy though, light things up in the center of the hard point as things start to get a little spicier. A decent amount of time accrued, and look at these Seattle spawns way out.
And look at iLLeY, by the way. Look at these potential spawn kills coming through. He's officially the cutoff man. This might be one of the more dominant P1s that we have seen, but iLLeY gets dealt with. Now you can swarm on the hill. You take care of shots, you get him out of the point. And what could have been a delicate moment if OpTic got those kills, Seattle delivered. They make sure nothing gets too crazy.
Surge break through the front lines. iLLeY once again trying to hit the flank. Manages to stay alive. Will iLLeY find any more from this little spot? And he does. That's going to be 3 now in a row. Mack trying to hold down hardpoint. Keeping OpTic off it for now. 116 to the 90 of OpTic Texas. As Surge, they have sprung to life here in the restart. Still time going their way. Top side of the map once again. Accuracy in position. He has got Simp to back him up. Surge on the rotation. Mack though could find some sweet kills here on the flank as well as Shotzzy. It's flanks on flanks. They're caged. It's getting angry.
They just got gifted the perfect pin. Shotzzy San's behind. He can shoot a couple players in the back. And because OpTic won the gunfights for the spawns, they're able to secure it. That is a big moment where Shotzzy, he gets that spawn. He delivers inside the point. I mean, players just driving at the hill, getting chopped down along the way. Seattle, they are pushed so far back in OpTic. They have chopped away at that lead.
They are looking very happy here now as OpTic, they've seen a field of green, red roses too. They're locking this one up. Shotzzy, he is absolutely soaring. Confidence now rising. That's a dangerous thing for OpTic Texas. See how that goes. Lead now in their hands. 10 seconds remaining here. We go back to bottom grandmas. Here we go.
And Seattle just got bullied out so hard on that P2 that they at least need to be secure on this rotation. That's why you see accuracy. He went for the top control so early, but now everyone's getting chopped down along the way. You're still making it mixy. This is exactly what OpTic wants to have. The spawn kill's not going to come through, but you get the back spawn. And again, it is an incredibly tight game, but OpTic on the roto, they deliver.
They're on it. All kills go their way. Surge are down.
Spawn kills.
Mack's trying to find it. Scump's in position to get the spawners. Tags up. A couple of shots in, a little bit of damage. Pred's got to clean him out. And he does. Surge now with the opportunity to push the hard point once again. A crucial kill. Here comes iLLeY trying to push the backline out. Gets another. Hard point changes hands. The cage is starting to heat up. Here comes Mack through the front. Shots in a Scumpy. And back to the point we go. Chaos. Pandemonium ensues. And we're barely halfway through.
And you think Seattle's starting to feel the heat, right? It is not fun to come off spawn and getting shot instantly, but they've bounced back in the way that they need. Pred picking up 3 pieces in the feed, and at least Seattle on the hill, keeping it nice and close. They responded well after that P2 that sort of put them in a bad spot. But over towards Barn, the exact same setup from OpTic, right? A player towards the A bomb site, a player on the tank. You get the cutoffs. This is where OpTic is at their best.
Yeah, Shotzzy. Oh dear. Scary stuff indeed. Pred, though, he's seen nastier things in Australia, I tell you that. Big old kills coming through. Now the hard point in the hands of OpTic, who trades out. Dashy's going to try to end the contest. Can't get it done. 2 members of Surge in. No members of Surge out. Kills come through. Texas back in control of the barn. Scump with a 2-piece.
And this has been a fantastic barn hill as well. Again, they get those spawns pushed out, so once they die, they can be back to the hill first. And nades on point, picking up the big 2. You get the response in. I mean, you talk about a barn hill. I gave the warning before the game had to get reset the first go around, but OpTic, they have absolutely dominated on this hill.
Still going good. Mack's upstairs. Trying to keep this together. Can't win the 1v1. Scump's going to get the final few seconds or die. Here comes the rest of the team, though, and we have crossed over 200 points. As OpTic Texas, things are looking up.
And this is the only chance for Seattle to get back in this game. It is too big of a lead right now that OpTic has. They need to go for the full 60. Shotzzy from the top rope at least gets dealt with, but still stripping away a bit of that time. iLLeY on the flank, tower control. They get the spawn, and that rotation right there is going to win OpTic this game.
Will that be the dagger? OpTic still holding down River. Pred now once again from up high. Shotzzy brings him down. Great now cohesion from the entirety of the OpTic squad. They're locking this down, keeping the hard point time flowing. 30 seconds remaining here. Not going to see the win, but damn close indeed. Seattle Surge bring back the magic. We once saw a kickoff. The Iceman from top side. Good shots in. He's going to find himself 2 in a row. Big Bruce going to bring him down. Back towards the center of the map we go. Chance our 3rd set. And this could be it. The final hard point here on map 1.
I mean, 70 points. We have not seen a comeback on this map of that size ever. It would be a Herculean effort if the Surge could get back in this game. Honestly, it feels like more of a victory lap for Shotzzy or a 4-man feed for Seattle where they're trying to get these spawns pushed out on P1. Not a bad start if they want to try to fight back, but Miles, they have an incredibly long way to go.
It's a long way to go, but every journey starts with 1 step, or in this case, 1 second, and they're accumulating it slowly but surely. Simp now on the 4, left, right. Players everywhere coming out the sky. OpTic members are seemingly in every single nook and cranny here on Bocage. And hey, there we go. Kills keep coming through. 30 seconds remaining, and this may have been the most exceptional P1 hold we've seen in the CDL so far.
I mean, picked apart on P1. There's no shot, right? That was a 70-point lead, dropped to 30. Finally, OpTic able to break the mold and get a little bit of time, and they get the kills on the rotation as well. Swarm in the point. They can't win it on P1, but they got enough map pressure. OpTic just need to slay.
Eyes on tank side of the map, top side. That's going to be iLLeY's job. He has Mack beneath him. Here comes the push. Dashy with a pistol to make it a 4. Over to the point we go. Hard point open. Shotzzy still trying to keep it together. Get a toe in the point, and you can win the map potentially here. First at 250. Over to tanks we go, but the kills keep coming through. OpTic can't get a foothold. Surge in the point.
Oh, iLLeY.
Wow!
Problem from the top. Breaks it by himself and picks up the big 2 to get inside the point. Seattle, this is the end. Get in the hill and find these kills, or Botage, you will be punished on that map number 1. They fight back for a moment, but still 6 points away, and OpTic get game number 1.
Surge got a hold. It has to be perfect. And here comes Scump from upstairs, trying to make the break. Kills are on through. It's basically a 1v1. Accuracy top right of the map, trying to cover things. Shotzzy on the reinforcements, cuts them down. 6 points still remain. Bottom side of Granny's, that's where you gotta go next. Oh dear, Shotzy's been caught. He's been spotted out. Over to the hard point, there we go. OpTic are in it. iLLeY, once again. Shotzzy with the covering fire. Chance iLLeY is iLLeY every single time. We gave him a little bit of flack about the kills. The man knows how to win a map.
If we see that stat line in rank play, he's getting a +5. You are making the 2 pieces, the P2, to break through and secure the win. He did his job and then some. You mess with OpTic on Bocage, it does not always go well. 4-0 through stage 1 in Shotzzy, 41 kills to his name, lighting it up on damage. And honestly, for Scump, I mean, he is right there with him. OpTic, take it to him from the map number 1. But I gotta say for Seattle, for how bad that situation was, at least they showed that they had some fight.
That P1 may have been one of the longest stretches we've seen on that hill so far. That's definitely going to throw the stats up in the air for a while. Here, a look at the highlights, friends, of what was an exciting first map. We'll call it the 1.2 here in the series, but a strong opening from OpTic, signs of tremendous life from Seattle Surge. They were certainly not dead in the water when they were, just by all rights, absolutely screwed. If not for iLLeY, that top rope 360, MP40 from the hip, baby, straight into the hill, that could have been a very different hard point.
And keep in mind, right, we talked about how difficult it is to make comebacks from big leads. OpTic at one point, we'll see it eventually. I mean, they were down by 40, 50 points, and they really had to string and P2 together. Even before the reset, you saw Seattle always able to get those spawns and at least make things mixy. Well, the one hill OpTic needed to get back into the game, they delivered. Turned things around on P2, and then it was over towards the River Hill, the second go around. Only opportunity for Surge to get back in it, and well, I mean, we saw iLLeY again jumping over top right, making some plays. OpTic, honestly, just taking care of business.
Yeah, it was a nice opener indeed. Very, very exciting stuff. And again, we look across the overall series. That's map number 1, Berlin, Search and Destroy. Coming up next, we have to go the distance. That Desert Siege, though, is going to be an interesting one. We had a little brief catch-up, of course, with the coaches before we got into today. And again, wishing Rambo-Ray another happy birthday. I managed to catch him in the men's restroom, and he did say, Mars, first time I ever had anyone wish me happy birthday in the gents, and I hope the last. It was quite uncomfortable. I love you, Ray. But both of those two coaches, they did say, both he and Sam Phoenix, saying, look, the stats are one thing, the records are one thing, but we've been playing, 20 plus scrims, over a week easily. The numbers is tremendous. So what we know is, how far like the Desert Siege looks. They have been scrimming this and practicing this endlessly. We know only so much, but the coaches, they've got the game plan covered.
And both coaches, both teams really said that even this series, as surprising as it is, not just the Desert Siege, but even the Tuscan hardpoint ban, both of them said they were absolutely prepared for it. But that being said, if we're just looking at the stats and looking on paper, the first 3 maps, it is an advantage towards OpTic, and at least for map 1, they delivered.
Well, they did. Let's have a look at some tweets, because the timeline is absolutely popping right now. Jelysium says, Shotzzy is the best player in the game. Hashtag CDL 2022. He's a problem on the map, and he's disgustingly good. These are all true.
Well, the first one is interesting. Right? The winner of this series, they have to play against FaZe. In my opinion, the guy that's the best player in the game, well, it has been Cellium. Honestly, watching Simp today, well, FaZe right now, a couple players making the case, but if you win this series, you gotta go up against the best and make your case. So, I mean, we gotta find out. But either way, for Shotzzy, I mean, leading the lobby first go around, leading the lobby the second go around, 41 kills to his name. I mean, at this point, right, he was a rookie world champ. He just delivers.
Yeah, he does indeed deliver. But that's going to be that now for the socials. Don't forget, friends, you can also tweet at us using that hashtag CDL 2022. And if you're very good and your punctuation's great and the spelling is maybe perfect, we'll put your tweet on the screen. I had one today. It was a good one. It was a great one. It was about that crazy fast control round when, you know, London versus LAG. Woof, what a start. Berlin S&D though, brother. What a day this has been.
In a very interesting map. What a match we will have to try to end it. We go to Berlin. Again, I said maybe a slight advantage towards OpTic in this category, but it was actually Seattle that picked this map. And something that's very interesting about the Berlin, OpTic, they have a very consistent strategy. They love playing the B site and they take their time. We're used to seeing teams post up in the clutch spots in the back of the map. OpTic do it different. They just stack up towards P2. They let Shotzzy play the bomb by himself, and they are absurdly good at it. A 2.86 KD when they take things slow over towards B is the strat they love to do, and that tells me one of two things. For Seattle, you gotta be prepared for that. You have to have some sort of defensive plan in place, ready to execute if OpTic just continue that normal strat. Of course, on the flip side for OpTic, I mean, you've done it so many times. Do you mix things up? Do you stick with the old faithful? It'd be a fun one to find out, but because a stat like that, we know Seattle, they are playing with fire.
Yeah, fire indeed. Fiery night in Berlin now awaits us. We're going to map number 2, Search and Destroy. Now up next, you have OpTic up by 1 in the series. Going up by 2 obviously certainly helps, but Berlin, and of course, Search and Destroy chance entirely a different beast in itself. Offense winning 50% of the times in the map trends this season. It's going to be fun looking back at that across the season indeed.
Yeah, and so with 50% is the offensive win rate, right? A very balanced map that we have, but for OpTic, they win 67% of their offenses. So they're strong on offense. Again, that slow B strat, we will see it time and time again. For Seattle, though, they only win 28%. So Seattle, not only do they need to execute on defense, they got to figure something out on offense as well, but it is a triple stack over towards B. It looks like they know what the deal is.
They know what the deal is. Kills exchanged. Some hit. Ooh, bomb in hand. Goes for the double dip. Shotzzy's here to back him up, but Mack wins the gunfight through the wall, and here comes the OpTic kill squad. Scump is hungry for it. Managed to find it, and now it comes down to accuracy, the 1v2. Makes it a 1v1, and it's iLLeY, the hero from the last game, bombed down. iLLeY's got to come for the retrieval. And now accuracy, wielding both weapons. He's got the high ground. What's going to happen?
iLLeY, one of the best S&D clutch players in the world, going against the literal Iceman, whose favorite thing to do is clutch against this team. It's a 1v2. He knows he's got the bomb as well. And it looks like he might let iLLeY get out. 35 seconds left. iLLeY is taking his time.
Sweet time taken. Dead silence still in the hands of iLLeY. 30 now on the clock. Heartbeat rising. You know you have to make a play. Accuracy, good old iron boots. Still throwing shoulders on the stairs. 20 seconds.
And this is just, it's the mental battle, right? iLLeY's waiting to catch accuracy in the rotation, but accuracy gives him nothing. He is accepting that this bomb will go down. He will play the post plant. In the position he has, he should be able to trap him in this site or catch the information on the rotation.
Oh, but wait.
Accuracy saw him for sure.
He saw him, stun check. Iceman doesn't get anything. iLLeY! The Iceman strikes again. It's one of his favorite things in the world to do. Clutch up in these individual situations. The second being doing against OpTic.
And one of the both impressive, but also something that has turned into criticism for the Seattle team. If it was not for accuracy clutching on this map specifically, this team could have had a 1-4 record and started in losers. But apparently accuracy, you could just rely on him to deliver time and time again. It was literally a mental battle. Him versus iLLeY, took him to task, had the information, played patient, and barely blinked.
He barely blinked. He threw shoulders on the stairwell for almost 40 seconds. I could not do that if I tried. Another round we go. Fred with a sneaky. Scump, sweet spot there on Statue's going to take care of him and puts him in an awkward spot now. Bomb still in the hands of Mack. Over towards A we go.
And that's a really good play by Scump as well, right? There was only one spotted on the cross, so Seattle thinks that that might be free. Well, Scump set the trap, didn't show, but now he's here. The bomb is going to get planted. Mack gets out with his life. It will be a 4v3 retake in OpTic. Everyone is going through the front. Keep in mind the man in the back accuracy. It might be another turn for him to try to make that hero play at the end.
He's the insurance policy in case this all doesn't work out. Simp v Scump. Tags up. Not a hole left in the auto there for Simp. He's going to be cut down once again. Forward we go. Accuracy on the back line. That's going to be 4 in a row now for him. Mack wins another one. It's a 2v2. Accuracy and Mack with 20 seconds on the clock. And Dashy's jumped it. Here comes the play, though. Mack's going to try to check something out here. Sees something. Sees something. iLLeY can't get it done. Got to move his way forward. Accuracy! Bomb defused. OpTic take the round.
OpTic take the round, and they get an A+ on their homework assignment. Seattle for these post-plants accuracy. He will play far away. He will be that insurance policy, but that means if his teammates are alive, he's not quite close enough to clutch. So the fact that there was a 2 versus 2, they knew they had the time, the coverage. You only had to deal with Simp at first. And again, big brain plays out of both of these teams in the first 2 rounds. Again, they both told us they were expecting this map set. They are coming very well prepared.
Saving consolation prize there as accuracy keeps the streak going. A couple of tags at distance there as Dashy, another famed assault rifle here in the Call of Duty League, lays a couple of shots across Berlin.
And funnily enough, right, if OpTic love to play it slow and Scump is able to find that first blood, you can more or less give up the B site, but now the kills are falling. OpTic, they got a 4 versus 2 and Pred tags up and gone. 1v4 for Simp, bomb down, nothing for him to do.
We'll see. Nice beams. He's out in the middle of nowhere, and it's not going to be pretty. OpTic with another great round, and what a decisive one indeed, Chance. You talk about that slow play towards B, nothing slow about that one.
And a Scump, by the way, 0.76, I believe it was KD and S&D coming into this event. I've seen him talk about it on stream. S&D maybe historically, even when we think it's a problem, what does he do at Champs towards the end of last year? Fixes it, top 5 S&D KD at that event. If S&D has been a problem for him, you know he's making adjustments, he is making plays on the map, and able to find that first blood, giving OpTic that advantage. That's 2 first bloods, by the way, for Scump, back to back. Maybe he's done his homework.
Well, you've already given him an A+. Damn. Shots from Simp. And look at that angle. What was Dashy doing, referee? Wow, iLLeY. All right. We'll check the VAR on that one. Pred levels it up. My maths are bad. A- for the maths. I definitely got an A for that, though. Scump on the flank. Oh, my word. Pred. Yo, Pred hits the 180. Now Dashy in the 1v3.
And that bomb's getting rotated very quickly. The shots right now from Seattle, by the way, I think Bocage might have warmed them up. Both Pred and Simp with the beamer. Bomb's going to be planted, accuracy in the clutch spot, and Pred gets to watch that full flank. And Mack, he doesn't need to leave this site, right? Play it slow, don't give away anything. Dashy, good luck.
He's close. Accuracy, catches them out in the middle of the street, gets the round, and good stuff out of Surge. What was that angle? We're going to be watching that one back.
He was standing on the truck that's on fire over by the B site. I think that's what he was going for, maybe on top of the dock. That feels risky to me because you're very exposed in that situation, but you talk about that hard read. If you find that kill, well, honestly, you might be in the situation where you win that round. So a good effort from Dashy, but again, it was both Pred and Simp who shot on point to tie that up. 2-2. Back to offense we go, and it is Old Faithful for OpTic. They do it because they're good at it. Back to B, taking their time, they go.
Slow and steady. Pred. Tremendous responsibility on his shoulder right now to take care of those players on the bomb site should they manage to make their way in. Simp with a long line of sight covered. And OpTic, they're still holding it.
And something interesting, Shotzzy plays this site by himself all the time, but you see that hole, I'm expecting a stun to come through there in a second just to try to get that intel. Or maybe
Here it
Shotzzy
comes.
just wants to do it himself.
He might. He's going to check a window or two. Oh, wow. Pred may have hurt him with that explosion of the barrel. And it's just shadows on the outside of the B bomb site that these players are afraid of. OpTic now in the immediate rotation towards A. Bad news, though. Surge are in position there. Mack's got mid-map covered. How much will he see? And, of course, it's accuracy on the long line of sight over by the plat.
That door is closed. You don't get that intel. Accuracy, the first one to try to make this read. Well, the stun doesn't connect, and the shots don't either. iLLeY whiffing. That bomb should go down. The accuracy's still alive.
Iceman still holding it down. Bomb planted. OpTic now reshuffle. Kills coming through for iLLeY. It's going to be a 4v3. Now Surge on the retake. Trying to make their way through the back. Mack and Pred find their kills. There's only 2 members of OpTic now remaining. Mack, how many more have you got now? As the members on the inside are trained. Dashy, he's out there, dude. He's gone. There's a gunfight by the tank. Dashy will win it, but Mack now, oh dear, is he going to check the right window? And what do you know? The bomb already checking this one out. Sips, he's going to be taken care of. 20 seconds, 1v1. Scump versus Mack.
And Scump's got the time advantage. He just gets out of dodge. He's got the intel, and well, now for Mack, Scump might feel the pressure. He might think he needs to check this defuse, and Mack ready for the gunfight, but Scump buys the time. Veteran plays from the King. throwing those shoulders well, but not just him. Obviously, Dashy towards the back of that train, puts in work, jukes out that kill cam real hard, and make sure that he gets OpTic that extra round advantage. And that, by the way, is the benefit of those slow B plays, right? They do it time and time again. If they feel that pressure, they have the option to rotate that bomb out. Again, OpTic right now, at least on offenses, have been on point, but I think right now, we 5 for 5 on offenses, right?
It's been something. 7.5 seconds to defuse the bomb's what you need, Mack. Oh, they get it done. Simp out with a snipe. We've seen him hit some absolute doozies. Dashy's going to keep him pinned. Shotzzy covering fire. That suppression is going to seal the kill. With Simp down, bomb still in the hands of Mack, and he's teetering through mid-map. Shotzzy, he's got murder on his mind, and here he goes. The timing, oh my God, he's seen them all. One goes down, Shotzzy goes out. 2 now in a row.
It's like music when this guy plays, just gliding around the map. Gets sent in like the hunter-killer drone that he can be for the first blood, and then just wavers away to find the next one. He has basically secured his team this round, but at the same time, accuracy is still alive, and that bomb goes down. He finds that first pick. That bomb is planted. This could be a 2v4 if the Iceman clutches again.
He's tucked away at the back of the map. Mack's on the close bomb site. iLLeY is just going to have to check everything he possibly can. Gunshots, there it is in the distance. iLLeY's going to get it. That's huge now. Mack can't win the 1v1. Shotzzy takes care of him in mid, ample time to get the defuse. Another good round, as there we go, Chance. The offensive round run comes to an end.
And it does get a little nerve-wracking, right? Once you're able to get that bomb playing, accuracy will always be watching that cross. He has like 7 different spots that he'll do it from. But again, we talked about how far back in the map he is willing to play. iLLeY, I mean, it might take a year and a half to go on that flank, but making sure you make no mistakes. Again, OpTic on point with the homework. Able to make sure, get that extra round advantage. Not a comfortable lead, but 4-2. OpTic happy for it. And I think at this point, we know the game plan. Take your time towards B, and OpTic, they're just going to feel out this round.
3-man hit now from Surge. Shotzzy's tucked away in the corner, sees the stuns, here's the door. Now, patience. Greatest tool he's got in his arsenal. Big shots from Dashy. Oh, Shotzzy finds another. A 2-life now lead. Seattle Surge, the last 2 members remaining here. Simp goes down. Accuracy, 1v4. Can the Iceman do something amazing? Dashy finds him up. That's the kill. That's the round. OpTic need 1 more.
And the way that they're doing this, it's so impressive. We know what's going to happen. Seattle knows what's going to happen, but it is so difficult to stop. All of these tiny little micro adjustments OpTic are making in their setup time and time again. And I mean, it's simply, they're the only team that does this. It is the most unique way we have seen any team approach attacking rounds on Berlin. But it has gifted them that 5-2 lead. And honestly, if not for the accuracy clutch, this would have been a dominant 6-1 win.
1 more round now for OpTic. They walk away with a 2-map lead. Surge, you got to do something magical. Here we go. Mack will be able to plant this one. Shotzzy, he's levitating. He's levitating on the inside there at the office. Hello, comes Shotzzy. First blood, immediately taken out. Accuracy now on the trades. Simp wins it at range there. Trades keep coming through as Shotzzy gets his own 2v2.
And the adjustments have been made, by the way. Accuracy playing much more aggressive this time around, but Dashy making adjustments as well. He's playing faster on the flank, but you are running out of time.
Here comes Pred now right through the front door. Scump's going down low. Will he be able to check the bomb site in time? Scump last player left alive now. Accuracy wins it. Eyes are on. There's the kill. And Surge with a sneaky plant. Stay alive. 3 to go.
Good reads, just solid reads, and accuracy again is that guy, right? Reads iLLeY on the fullest of full flanks, takes him down, and plays up a little bit closer to the bomb so he can be there to help Pred. And even though OpTic also making those adjustments wasn't enough in the end. But this is the biggest problem to solve for Seattle. We called it out before the map happened. It has happened every single round. OpTic, they love to go slow towards B. I mean, maybe on offense they mix things up to try to throw them off their game, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Back towards B we go. Can Seattle crack the code?
2-2 split for Seattle on defense. OpTic's offensive round's been huge in the B-bomb site. We go Pred, stuns through, wins the fight against Shotzzy. The bomb goes down. The play call has been read. Pred manages to win a massive one. Here comes the retrieval team, being led now by iLLeY. Scump on the inside of the map. iLLeY's got to check his corners, does. That's a huge kill on Simp.
And it wasn't Pred, so they know they have him trapped towards docks. The nades, though, gonna back iLLeY down. The most difficult thing to do in Vanguard. Break through a wall. iLLeY can't make it happen, but 3 versus 3. But Seattle, they know the bomb's down. They're stacked up in fire. They still have the setup.
The fight has to be on. 3v3. Accuracy, the highest point of the map he can possibly find. Pred still living on that bomb site. And Dashy, will he see it? Scump makes his way forward. Scump's trying to make the play. Gonna find at least one.
He saw him for sure.
He saw him for sure. Less than 30 seconds, though. You have to retrieve the bomb still. The battle on the bomb site is about to break off, but Mack is doing the do-si-do with him. iLLeY now clutches it once again. Mack, last player left up. 1v3. And that bomb's planted.
And someone should be watching that cross. Actually, Scump didn't pick it up, so I think Pred's location is unknown, but how you clutch this round, I do not know. I mean, Pred, he's checking the back. There's nobody here. He gets spotted on the cross, tagged up. OpTic, the victory lap for this final round. Up 2-0 in the series.
Well, it's safe to say they've done their homework. You bait out the aggression of the youngsters, and you abuse the patience of the older players on the team. OpTic with a dominant run on Berlin S&D.
And look, man, you go into the Bocage, you're like, I know they're 3-0, I'll give it a shot. What happens? Shotzzy and Scump go off, you get dealt with. Now you go into Berlin, you pick that map, and you get picked apart as OpTic. You know what the strat's gonna be, and that is the worst feeling ever. When you read them like a book, you know what's gonna happen, but like a freight train, you cannot stop it. It is no longer fun to be going against OpTic Texas. Down 2-0 right now, OpTic. They have them in the palm of their hands.
There we go. Quick look at the highlights there from the Berlin Search and Destroy. All fun and games until you get blooded there by Scump. Accuracy with this round win, and this has been the tale of Seattle Surge for the longest of time now. I mean, it's like 3 weeks, but you know what I mean? Like, that's just what we're dealing with. If not for Accuracy going huge in these decisive moments, the team is falling apart in these clutch situations. OpTic making the reads time and time again. The gun skill's on point. It's the gun skill. Again, they're for Surge. The only other time they win a round is pure skill, or it's the dedication and steadfastness of Accuracy's play. You gotta find something different here for Seattle, as they're starting to run out of options.
It really is just impressive. By the way, again, there's the angle from Dashy, but it's impressive how calculated OpTic are. It is the same thing on offense over and over again, but they look unstoppable when they do it. 2-0 lead in the series, and again, because they will not win the coin flip, but have that higher seed, they get to pick that control map. As close as the first two might have been, OpTic are fiending to go into this Tuscan control. 3-1 on this map. It is not the preferred pick for Surge at all. OpTic, they just want to get that 3-0 and honestly get ready for FaZe tomorrow.
Get ready for FaZe tomorrow indeed. So far,
Saturday?
I've got no idea. We're very excited nonetheless. I'm sure you can tell the crowd here is enjoying things. That's that though, so far. We're going to throw to a very quick commercial break, and upon our return, Tuscan Control friends, you don't want to miss this one. We'll be right back.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Zenny Gaming. Armor your eyes with Block's gaming glasses starting at $24 by visiting zenny.com/CDL.
OpTic are up 2-0 in the series so far, and I'm telling you, friends, if you're in the venue, you know what's up. But those of you at home, you are truly missing out on something special. TST are out in the crowd, making people sing Journey. It is incredible. This is an incredible event. Incredible. TST, we love you. If you're out there somewhere, I mean, you deserve a kiss, a pat on the back, maybe stiff drink. I don't know.
I love these guys so much. I mean, they're making this an experience. They're bringing out a war drum, breaking out karaoke. A ton of fun we have, and right now OpTic Texas, it's not just the fans having fun, the players as well. 2-0 up in the series, and iLLeY, whatever it takes. I mean, 2 pieces in the hard points, big brain plays in the S&D. Right now, iLLeY having a blast.
Sean Collins is right. He's also inside that monitor. He is seeing the code. He's seeing nothing but pixels right now, but that doesn't matter. The man's frying, and he's made 2 tremendous 200 IQ plays, not only in the Bocage, but they're in the Berlin Search and Destroy as well. Man, it's only Thursday. Isn't that crazy? It's only Thursday. And this event has already been something to remember. Tuscan Control. Map number 3. This is a match point for OpTic Texas. Or it's the beginning of the reverse sweep for Seattle Surge.
And OpTic, 4-1 overall in Control, 3-1 on this map. On the flip side, 1-1 record for Seattle. So OpTic, that small slide edge that they're happy for. 0.99 KD for OpTic. So if you're thinking about that defense for the round 5, well, maybe not their biggest strength, but they don't always need it because their offenses have been absurd. You see they're first in the game. I mean, they're unreal, especially the fact that they're winning 44%. Something we need to watch out before. Or by the way, OpTic, they love to be creative in some of these rounds on offense, and I think that might be what Shotzzy's thinking about.
Unorthodox splits here on Tuscan, as OpTic are known for. Scump through mid. Pressure is on Mack. He cannot survive. Capturing the A zone now. We're looking at a stack, so it's going to be a fast cap. Scump can't quite anymore, but that segment towards A now being gone, I mean, that's a win for Texas.
And you have all the map control in the world, right? You already got Shotzzy pushed out bottom church. He gets spotted, but it doesn't always matter.
Right.
Takes one to the grave with him, but OpTic still, well, actually, no. iLLeY ends up getting gunned by Simp off the heading, so that is a nice little clearance that Seattle Surge are able to get. Only 1 ticket progression has come through. But right now, for the moment, as far as that TDM battle goes, OpTic up 4 lives.
Yeah, Scump's managed to make it deep into enemy territory relatively unchecked. We'll see how he fares later on. There he is, he's dead. So that's done. You still have the pressure in towards A now for OpTic. Second segment, it was drained slightly. Mack looking for the Kobe over the top. iLLeY's going to get it. Nice nade though on Mack. Still will find one at least. Second segment gone now, 1:05 on the clock. Going to capture that final segment A. I'm going to add a minute to the in-game counter. Things are going to get real difficult as we go towards B.
And 4-0 right now for Dashy. I mean, he's not thinking about streaks yet, but he's certainly thinking about those kills. 4 life lead, 8-point security. You get 2 minutes to work with just to try and capture B, but they got to do all their homework, right? You got to clear out P5, make sure you're not getting flanked. But right now, OpTic, they're gearing up. Looks like they might want to take this pressure through church, but they know P5 they still have to deal with. Got to get a couple kills before he can make the play.
Whoa, how did Scump die?
Look, in Cold War, the nades loved him. In this game, now it's the barrels.
Okay, is there a barrel in what just happened? Anyway, we'll
lantern?
Yeah, maybe we'll leave that to the experts, but for now, the slow and steady push is still going on. Dashy on the 4, makes it a 5. Forward we go. Oh, lines up, accuracy! That's going to be 6 now for Bruce. Pred's going to take care of it. Keeping the defense alive, though, for Seattle Surge. Scump trying to poke a few holes in the armor, not able to get too much done just yet, but here come the squad. OpTic rolling deep, forward they go. Shotzzy in the back line, but that is a huge win from Pred.
If Shotzzy won that gunfight, that might have been the round. It still might be the round, but the nades doing the damage, chopping away at these OpTic players, and you see they have to slow it down because Mack is speeding up. He's able to pick up 2, and looks like they pick him apart. That, by the way, that is a swing of kills to get Seattle much closer in the kills column. Still down by 2 lives, but that's a minute gone by, and OpTic have just now stepped foot on B.
Down by 3 now. On B we go. Accuracy there to pick him up. It's going to be iLLeY. 1v1 against the Iceman. Teammates get involved, make it a fair fight for now, and that's going to be 45 seconds now remaining. Seattle Surge, hold on, you win the round. OpTic, get on the point, stop the clock, or find the kills. 11 for OpTic. 9 for Seattle Surge.
And the good news for OpTic, at least you've cleared out P5. You do not, for the moment, have to worry about getting flanked. You can bully through the front, and that nade's going to kick it off.
Here we go, right through the front. Shotzzy and Scump. The SMG duo of OpTic fans' dreams now onto the point. Shotzzy can't quit, win the fight on the back. Scump's going to be brought down as well. He comes to iLLeY. He can't win the fight against Mack. Holds it down. Dashy, last one up now. Trying to buy time. It's not impossible, but it's damn near close enough. Dashy's down. Seattle Surge. The defense has held. They're down by 1 in the kills department. And we'll see if that comes back to bite them. 6-5. Whoa! 5.3 on the clock. Pred, a little late to react, holds the line. There's the coverage. Surge should have the round.
I might not be over yet. Get these final few kills, and there you go. Pred delivers with the 2-piece at the end. I mean, that honestly, that was a round with a ton of potential for OpTic, but Mack, to his credit, I mean, multiple times on these pushes, just picking up the 2 pieces, locking it down for the team, and I think right now Mack has about 10 kills to his name, so that is a very strong start. We talked about this map being good for OpTic, but keep in mind, if Seattle's able to win it and we go deeper into the series, for that Desert Siege map 5, completely unknown between these 2 teams, and obviously the Gavutu hard point, well, that is the map that Seattle picks. So if you're OpTic, you absolutely want to close it here, but they're only down 1 round. Got to clutch up on defense.
Let's talk about this. The coach talked about this. We covered it. The first 3 maps, they're the ones that OpTic really have to win in terms of the series, obviously, but they're the ones that favor them statistically. We'll see if they can go the distance. The Surge, that is their only hope right now. A good start out of Mack. Once again, holding down that A side of the map. The A zone still firmly in the hands of Seattle Surge. Another sweet kill from Mack. We're going to keep that one safe and sound. And he was looking towards the back line. Scump gets the read, but the damage is already here. Here comes Scump. Mack's still going. He's on a 4.
You got players, by the way, I mean, accuracy just sat in spawn for so long. Actually, Sid was watching the flank, so they are taking their time. But if you got a body on the point, it stops the clock. So Seattle right now putting in some serious work to make this happen. OpTic, though, they are pouring on the pressure. They are trying to get them off the point, and right now, Scump, he's thinking about a flank, and they are getting a couple of these nade kills, get the clearance, but Pred wins the gunfight. The flank has been secured, and it looks like that A point is going to be secure as well.
Life count, close enough. A lot of progress towards A, should be captured. There it is. Now, with 2 minutes on the clock, let's see what Seattle Surge do, and let's go for a quick listen in with the team and find out how they hit B.
2 P5, okay, 2 here, 2 here.
I'm on the P1.
Start going together here.
That thing's push 3 P5.
2 were there, okay? They could be
I go on.
That was one.
Top church, right side top church.
P5. Okay.
Lamar, Ender was challenging D1 when I was here.
I don't see him.
I went ball. Top church.
Right corner.
I needed top church.
Stalling pots.
He's D1, he came out.
Top church as well.
Nice.
Top church.
Go.
In the top church. Top church, one shot, absolute windows. Dashy, top church, absolute windows.
Ladder, peeking top church. Let's go around the back, Lamar.
Right corner.
Hold on, I'm waiting for you to come up. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
All right, ready?
Stop it.
I go one more windows.
Back arch, hit
Dashy
once.
windows.
Back arch, got it.
Dashy's windows. Slow down. Absolute. Top church.
Everyone come left.
Yeah, beat him. You're gonna be bad. One's roofs somebody. One's gonna be closer. Close count somebody. Two A roofs.
He's their side. I have to sit down.
I got naded.
Their side, yeah.
Archon.
Let's go.
Let's go P5. He went back plat.
Okay, I'm jumping up windows.
Me and Dante are working the back.
Yeah. You can play the back. One went plat.
I'm in windows.
Need a tank.
Church.
Back left. I can't drown.
No one's crossed.
He helped me. He's still behind it. Got this back arch
I'm
somewhere.
holding windows, waiting for you guys.
Nothing.
Ladder, windows.
I'm at the back church right now. I'm sitting.
Yeah, one with
D1.
Back
church. I go one.
Shotzzy was windows, you heard?
I'm looking top windows. Nice. That's it.
Wait for me, Dante. I'm coming.
Alright. The back. Wait up. There's one tank. He's on the tank, probably.
I didn't set him on the tank. I'm holding D1.
I'm coming P1 as well.
I'm coming bottom church.
We got 30 seconds, okay?
Okay, I can look over the ramp.
Yeah, go. You should go around.
Yeah, I'm coming with you, Lamar. I'm gonna use my nade.
Alright, you're gonna watch back with me?
I'm nading it too.
No. I'm going with you.
I'm working the tank. I'm nading the tank.
Time slipping. On the approach now towards B we go. Seattle Surge starting to get a little bit dicey. Accuracy. He was looking at 1 kill a round. Now he's put himself at a slightly different number. Dashy with the full streaks. 8 spree for him. 19-5 here on defense. It's all OpTic here in the defensive round.
And already, I mean, you just saw it, right? Dashy, 8 streak, 19-5. He's got the glide. You talk about the defensive round you need to make your life that much easier long-term. OpTic, body them on defense. And you see that disparity between the main ARs. That is the main reason why Dashy feasting. Accuracy, Windy City. Barely averaging more than 1 kill per round. Captain's got to step up for the team. It's a tied game, but OpTic are dangerous on offense. Now they got the glide bomb to help.
Yep, we'll see if that certainly comes to pass. Over towards A we go. Looks like a heavy stack. Couple players now through mid. We've seen different looks out of OpTic from time to time here when it comes to Tuscan. Nice nade, start things off, a little bit of damage, accuracy keeping the kills going. See it now from that top church position. Let's see how this goes. OpTic do manage to get on towards A. Pressure now mounting on the inside of Church. Simp though with a wrap. Nice kills again, holding the position down. Dashy can't finish it. 20-5 for Big Bruce here in control.
I mean, Dashy is the ultimate player. If you tell him to go to a spot, he will get the kills. I mean, he keeps mid-map secure up until he gets flanked. And honestly, Seattle, yeah, fight this time on the point. They should be able to clear out iLLeY, and A has not been secured just yet, so try to pour that pressure on defense. Woo. Seattle delivering for the moment. They're still keeping it scrappy, but OpTic, they might be thinking about B. Number 2, iLLeY, he's made a move towards the point with Seattle. I mean, their pressure's on this map, but I think iLLeY just got through.
He did. He's in the back now. iLLeY. Oh, he's causing problems. Pressure towards A, though, still from OpTic. This is going to keep the defense from Seattle really on their toes. They've got to move all around. Accuracy, nice angle found there from top side of fire. Red with a shot. 5 spree now for him. Through mid we go, and Shotzzy's finally going to get the kill. Bit of more pressure still towards A for OpTic. And now we're down to 58 seconds. Gotta make that a minute and 58 as A gets secured.
And the good news, I suppose, for Seattle, right, the lives right now. It's still about 2 minutes to work with, so it's a decent chunk of time, but I think OpTic, again, if you only got 19, you gotta be a little bit delicate, but honestly, they got a nice trap. A couple players towards the back. If you get a kill or two, well, you might set up for the glide, but Dashy the first one to fall, but his teammates right now working through the flank.
Mack is continuing to have an unbelievable game so far for Seattle Surge. iLLeY not able to make too much happen here on the back line. Accuracy posted up towards A. Or what was A? And now we slow things down. Chance life count not ideal for either team, but Surge with the advantage.
In Seattle, again, they're just keeping things chaotic, right? If OpTic is ever able to get a full setup, call on the glide bomb and make a play, things could get easy, and this might be the moment the glide bomb is in.
Here it comes. Pred, meet the glide bomb. Please up flat side. Here comes the push from OpTic. One player from down low is going to be dealt with. That's Accuracy. And here comes the swarm. Scump's now pushing out the players on spawn. Check your corners. A minute on the clock. A big win from Accuracy, but trades there. The numbers for OpTic. They're capturing B.
I mean, even then, what? It's going to be 2 bodies on point, or maybe none at all. They're backing down, trying to play around the nades that are going to be coming in from over Church. Well, the nades are coming through. It looks like nothing connects, and you can maybe get 2 bodies on point. You got the flank covered as well.
First segment gone. Flanks all safe and sound. Mack through mid, trying to make something happen. Dashy gets brought down, and Mack somehow still alive. Mack somehow still alive! He gets brought down by a teammate. Scump still keeping the backline safe. Pred wins it. Oh, baby, it's flying here on Tuscan. Still holding the mid side of the map. 9 lives to OpTic, 6 for Seattle Surge. 1 more push now for OpTic.
In Accuracy again, smart play just to back down. You cannot throw away a single life, OpTic. It is 1 good push you get, and whoever dies off spawn can sprint and be back in the fight. You can play this like TDM. OpTic can put together an offensive win.
30 seconds. 1 final push here in the round. Mack covering fire, finds 2. Can he get the 3rd? He does! He gets it! 3 on the back for Mack. 6 lives apiece. 15 seconds. OpTic, you got 1 push left.
And
here we go.
You got to fly too. You don't even have time. You got to sprint through this. You got to be posted up, ready to go. Seattle, I mean, Mack is their angel right now, the guardian for the team. And OpTic, they can feel it. The 3-piece from the back tank. I mean, that was a 3-life advantage. You were close to just winning that off of kills. They set up for the play, and they run into a Mack who, again, same thing in round number 1 on defense. Time and time again. He delivers. Melting through OpTic, putting his team up 2-1. If Seattle want to win this series, it is a long way to go, but at least in this control, 1 round away, and, well, this might end up turning into a B hit. They might end up cutting through mid. You might have Mack making a play. He is on a 5.
He's on a 5. Shotzzy guns up. Oh, baby. Dude, there was a moment he could have had it. Trades come to a close. OpTic now on defense. B-zone's looking a little shaky, worried about that one. iLLeY's killed there on the SIB, cleans that one up, eyes on A.
And honestly, like that kill from Shotzzy, that's worth clapping for, right? If Mack's the first one in, they're trying to make a play, but OpTic too good on the reads, making sure nothing sneaky comes through, and there's iLLeY. Nice gunfight on Pred. OpTic, well, I mean, that's the 4 men in the feed. There's number 5. Look at the map control that they now have. They have everything covered.
Got a pin now in the very backs of Tuscan. The idyllic Italian countryside, not a good place to be now for Seattle Surge. This is the blender. Welcome to it. Eyes on the B push now. Scump's having a whale of a time, just roaming around, but the kills, it's all iLLeY! Dashy getting involved now from P5 side as well. Less than 30 remaining on the clock, and Seattle Surge, that life count is hideous. It's not looking good for them as Dashy cuts a few more down. Pred makes the great escape. Over towards mid-map he goes. We'll see if he comes back later to cause a bit of damage, but this has been just sensational from OpTic.
And look, I mean, Dashy 29 and 11. Bruce is a guarantee. You are going to have defense for this final round. Seattle, I mean, they are just getting smacked around. 5 seconds left on the clock. And I mean, we've only seen maybe 3 rounds this year where a team can't even capture A. There is still a moment for Seattle. They still have time to make this happen, but it has been dominant from OpTic.
Oh, big kills. Pred finding 2 more in the mid. Capture still keeps going though, and that's the beauty of control. It ain't over until it's over. Scump having to play this one slow and steady. Pred keeps finding kills. iLLeY sends a gift, not the kind he wanted though. Second progress at A now gone. Pred trying to hit the back line, trying to play for streaks. And he's playing it slow and steady, just like that, a minute to work with.
And look, you need this glide bomb, right? You are gonna have offense for this final round. I'm still expecting OpTic to win it, or maybe you could just pop it and just win it right here if you can convert on offense, but the streak is what you're looking for. Dashy in the back, 30 kills to his name, needs a couple more.
Silence will fall across Tuscan for a second. One more big decent hit now from Seattle Surge, trying to feed.
Oh my God!
What happened? Why did Pred die? Well, we'll find out later, but for now, Dashy's got the kills. That is, I've got no idea what just happened.
30 seconds. 30 seconds, you're down by 11.
The push is still on. Oh, Pred's back with a vengeance. No streaks, but the kill's good. You're on B now, and it's accuracy. Iceman posted up, 17 to 8. Here comes the counter-attack from OpTic.
You got a couple bodies in and around the point. You win these gunfights here, you get the clearance. Scump, though, able to pick up one in accuracy now by himself on the point. He's got to pop the 2-piece to make this happen, but his time so well. Scump takes him down. No respawns remaining. It is chalked. Seattle, 18 seconds to go. I mean, you need perfection to get this win on offense. The first kill goes their way, but Shotzzy, well, doing what he does best.
Yeah, he does. Stuns are there. Final 5 seconds now. And this has been a very interesting one indeed. Again, there's a few moments that I'd like to know what the hell is going on Tuscan. Final round. What is going on? I'm with that guy with the hands on his head.
We talked about how good that OpTic can be on offense, right? Not the case for Seattle. They only win 25% of their offensive rounds. If they want to try to even start this reverse sweep, they need one here, and they did not get that glide. I do not have an explanation on how Pred shot himself in the head before he could get to that glide bomb, but whatever sort of unlucky moment they got delivered, they do not have the glide. They got to do it with the gunny. And we just got told he cooked the grenade for too long. He met his demise.
Oh, dear. Well, you can only blame yourself then. iLLeY and Scump opening kills going the way now of OpTic. We've got the aggression still towards that A zone, and it's all OpTic. And now, Shotzzy trying to get in the mix now in the spawns. Scump picking up where he left off, finds at least one before being traded out. Keeping the life count in favor of OpTic only for a brief second. Dashy, nice shots. Again, trades on trades on trades. That is huge out of Mack. Keeping the pressure alive, keeping the cap on A.
I mean, hey, Pred might be feeling the pressure, but Mack right now, he can handle the heat. He's picking up 3 pieces whenever he needs to for the team. And it looks like this A zone gonna be secured. Simp ripping heads. He's able to pick up a couple. That is church control. You can think about spawn kills. The extra lives going their way, but a big 1 HP gunfight won by Bruce. Making sure you keep your spawn clear, but A point secured. 2 minutes to work with and a 2-life lead. OpTic, they gotta be on point on defense. Seattle, they get 3 or 4 tries.
How many times have they practiced to play like this? It's 2-2 split. 2 go through B, 2 through the A side of the map. iLLeY can't get anything. No trades, no nothing. Dashy's up next from top plat side. Big kill on a Pred. Makes that flank safe, but he allowed a few attackers through. Now, the shuffle on defense, and Dashy wins another massive 1v1. 36 and 16 for Big Bruce. iLLeY cleans out the back, and just like that, OpTic can breathe sigh of relief for a few moments.
And that first defensive hold by way of the zapper from Dashy. The laser beam of a player, 4 spree for him, and that is the first attack from Seattle, stuffed over towards B. And that is 40 seconds shaved off the clock. Surge once again, they're trying to approach this point, hit it from all sides, but they are taking their time, and Time is of the essence. They are running out very quickly.
Slight exchange. A little bit of footsies now under the table. Oh, Fred tries to find another base. Can't get it done. iLLeY's there. Says no thank you. Shotzzy through the back line. Oh, that indecision, that pensive play is being punished now as OpTic push forward. Kills in their favor. Front church, all Pred.
Next push. Seattle, they're working through it. 1 through P5, make it 2. The other 2 through church. It is a 4-man hit through the front, and OpTic, they are turtled up around B. The gunfights are here.
Here comes Dashy up front. Pred gets the first kill. Over to Scump. Catches out accuracy. Now will the trades keep coming through? Oh, baby! Scump's in the back line. You do manage to get at least one player off it, but there are still members of Surge now in the spawns of OpTic. That could get really ugly real fast, but there we go. Scump, the cleanup crew. He's doing it himself. 4 in a row now for the King. The defense holds. There's 20 seconds left, and that was the 3rd push chance. Do we get a 4th?
You were taking your time. Now you gotta go. 12 seconds. You gotta deal with the King. He's waiting for the late flank, and maybe the flank is gonna be time. 3 players out of church, but they catch Scump. You get bodies out to the point. 2 have made it so far. Shotzzy around the hill, dealt with, and it's Mack. He picks up 3. He keeps his team alive.
But it's silly. Oh no, he can't get it done. The attack is still keeping it going. 1.2 on the clock. He killed that one player. It's over. It's done. In winners round 1 for OpTic. Now you gotta be happy with that one, Chance. The Seattle Surge was in a miscommunication. Not enough bodies on the point. They didn't stack it. They had 1.2 on the clock. Time was not their friend. In the end, all it took was 1 kill. Get that player off the point. He's done. 1.2 seconds. No one's even close to get on. Can't stop the clock. Can't win the round. OpTic pull it back and get it done.
And look, I'll give the quick shout to Mack. He was putting in work time and time again, but not enough for the team, and that is a confident win from OpTic. You have an S&D where you know what the game plan is. Doesn't matter, OpTic too good. Undefeated through stage 1 on Bocage. 40 kills for Dashy. Putting in work from time and time again, and Scump in both the respawns right behind the main Slayer, putting the work in every category. They got the 3-0, and well, that means we get OpTic versus FaZe.
Put that one in your calendar, friends. That's going to be a banger coming your way soon. Here are the highlights from that incredible control here on Tuscan. And Dash, I mean, the start was something, man. It was starting this one 6-0. Look at that shots, dude. The final kill and accuracy there was wild. Powerful, powerful stuff out of the team, man. I mean, that was a showcase and a half. But hey, there's a few factors here, Chance. I feel like, you know, the pressure from this crowd. Like, we've never seen such a crowd favor a team so much. There's so much green around this venue. You are in the most unfriendly territory if you're Seattle Surge, if you're any team this event. And this tested the resolve. This tested the mental game of the youngsters. You're going to learn a lot from a match like today, but you're also going to losers bracket.
It is not an easy one to bounce back from at all, but of course we have seen Seattle on this very stage. Don't want to tear and make a run, so look forward to seeing them, see if they can make something happen in losers. But again, 3-0 win for OpTic in a dominant fashion. And again, it's just like a well-oiled machine. Their gameplay and game plan on point. I mean, on Tuscan control, in control in general, it's been Dashy and Scump throughout the year that deliver. And once again, to get that 3-0, it's the same 2 guys delivering once again.
It is indeed. There you go. The 3-0 comes to a close. And hey, the control was close. The cage was something special, but that Berlin Search and Destroy, that was the blowout there that OpTic had.
And a final note, by the way, an interesting thing to think about for OpTic in this series, we might not have seen them on Desert Siege, but now we've seen that they're willing to play it. So you're thinking about the picks and bans as this tournament goes on and thinking that's their auto veto. Well, maybe not anymore. So they're pulling a couple tricks out of the bag for major number 1. But again, 3-0 victory, as confident as you could be. I mean, OpTic, they just look damn good.
They did look damn good. I mean, that was one thing that we were all expecting to see here. The current form was great. Online qualifier was looking good. Same can't be said for Surge. A couple of bad maps from them, a couple of bad series, and already they're finding themselves in lowest bracket. Still, if you're a Surge fan, plenty more for them to sort of play. Lower bracket goes their way. But Maven is on stage with someone who the fans want to chat to. Clint, take it away.
I think they love you.
Yeah, we love you guys.
Well, first off, it's good to be up here again with you, pal. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been. I was a little bit worried there that we weren't going to have Merc and Maven. Here we go.
I'm here.
Absolutely.
But I want to hear. It's. I know we had the kickoff, but it was a couple of years so without LAN, right? Without these moments. Now it is the OpTic Major here in Dallas in front of this crowd. It's Thursday. What's it like?
Yeah, I mean, we just literally set up here. Like we can't imagine what it's going to be like here on Saturday because Thursday was popping. So yeah, it's just it's a great atmosphere. Obviously, we love the green wall. You guys are the best in the world, best fans in the world. So thank you all very, very much. And we're just gonna try to get some wins for you guys. Thank you.
You gotta love to hear that, but not to get too serious with all the love out here, but it was a little up and down, well, maybe down then up when you talk about the qualifier for this. What were you really trying to get to click for you leading into the major?
I mean, we've just been in the lab. Like, we've been working so hard. I'm sure you guys can see that with our gameplay. We've just been trying to really polish everything that was going wrong for us. Like those round 11s, we were looking back at our search as a whole and just trying to not get to that point, first of all. But then if we get to that point, knowing that we have like the exact plan, how we want to win the round. So we've just been working really hard. We've been getting on an hour early before practice for the past, since the game came out. And I'm really happy that it's showing. We've just been putting in a lot of work.
Yeah. So did you I know last year that 1v3 with accuracy was a tough moment. What, did you have a pep talk with Bruce before? Because he put him in a body bag. Like the map 3, Bruce is like 80-20. I look over, poor Lamar, it was like 11-30. I mean, was Bruce on a mission?
Nah, I mean, it happens in this game, dude. Like, you can get thrown into a blender so hard on this game specifically. But yeah, Bruce is an absolute animal. I love my teammates. They're all absolute beasts. So they make my job real easy.
Hey. Excited to see what you can do. It's awesome to see you again. Good luck the rest of the way. Let's get it back to the desk.
The Royal Ravens, Atlanta FaZe, Toronto Ultra, and now OpTic Texas are the teams that won today, and OpTic made a statement.
I completely agree with you. I mean, what a way to start your own major in a hot 3-0 fashion, right? They've completely convinced me that this team has made a complete turnaround like they said they were going to. And Scump, like he said, they've been putting in the work, and you can see that in the gameplay.
Yeah, Nameless, man. We was talking about it. The home crowd advantage, man. They were going nuts after every kill. And OpTic put away with a 3-0. I'm going to be completely honest. I had no thought in my mind that this would end in a 3-0 either way.
No, I kind of had an idea that it would be a 3-0.
After the first
they
map.
were looking so much better in their last couple of matches. And, we talk about home field advantage, whatever. These guys just played incredible. I don't think that mattered that much in that series. They were on point. Dashy, we haven't seen him play like that in so long. He absolutely shut it down in that Tuscan. This is a team that, at times I question the AR play on it.
Yeah.
In the series, I did not at all.
But I'm going to tell you this, man. From the Game Field Victory Spotlight with Scumpy on that main stage, OpTic are looking comfortable, and also they should be feeling comfortable right now because they moved on, but they're going against FaZe in a bracket. Okay, so the winner side is just stacked at this point, all right?
Yes, it is. I mean, look at all those teams up there. There's so many teams that can go on to win this event. Look, they beat Surge, and I did think they would. I didn't think it would be 3-0. I think a lot of people were kind of like, a little bit.
4-5, man.
Yeah, I definitely thought it was going to be a really good game, but that was a blowout. And
yes.
we were kind of having the conversation in the green room, like, who's the guys who can beat FaZe? Who can potentially do it here? If OpTic continue to play like that, we have a hell of a game on Saturday.
All right,
because, I don't know, it's looking good for them.
And also on the loser side of things, I mean, Nameless, this is terrifying. LA Thieves, Boston, Seattle Surge, LA Guerrillas. You also have the Subliners down there. You have so many teams. This is a gauntlet.
I mean, it's terrifying. We have two teams that are basically two of the best hardpoint teams in the game. Had incredible records throughout regular play in LAG and LA Thieves down there. So it's going to be a gauntlet for sure. We're only just getting started. We're going to see teams get knocked out tomorrow. It's going to be wild.
Let's bring it together. Let's talk about the games today. London versus LAG, who kicked things off. And from that first map 10, we knew that we were in for a show.
Oh, yeah, it was a really, really good series. We always kind of had in our mind that this should be good. The only team to beat the London Royal Ravens was, of course, LA Guerrillas.
Right.
And coming into this, would they have thought the same thing? But Royal Ravens really turned it around. Really good performance.
It was like a little redemption matchup, right? Like, they just had their way with them. In aLLeY, London Royal Ravens went from, a sleeper to a legitimate top, 4 team?
And it literally barely took them any of the early qualifier season. And for me, it was Nastie that really stepped up in this series. Gismo has been consistent across the board. Afro's been frying and respawn. It was really Nastie that we were looking at to have that turnaround, and he certainly did it today.
Now, let's go ahead and talk about Boston versus Atlanta FaZe and Nameless going into this matchup. I mean, Chance even said, yeah, Boston they don't stand a chance at all. No matter how much we like them, at the end of the day, Atlanta FaZe or Atlanta FaZe.
Yeah, I mean, they're the newest addition to the CDL. It's going to take them some time, right? These are some young guys, teaming with some vets who have sort of been, going through a rough patch in their career. And, they've had some bright moments where they have had versus some of the teams like New York at kickoff, things like that. But this is Atlanta FaZe that we're talking about.
Yeah.
And what we saw out of Atlanta FaZe today was a statement game. And what we saw out of Simp is once again him proving that why he has been the best player in the world for the last 3 years, right? Like we've been talking about Cellium and how in this particular game so far, he's been lighting it up, just taking it over in every series. Well, Simp today, he took over. What we saw on the map 1 and then going into the control, the guy was almost breaking records. I think he tied the record in hardpoint for kills at 46.
Yeah.
He's just on another level, man. So if the Tiny Terrors are going to be playing like that going forward, I don't see anybody beating them in this tournament.
He dropped like 2 40 bombs. That was incredible, right? But another matchup that was really exciting, and you got to commentate it, Toronto Ultra turned up today, Ton.
And this is the Ultra that we kind of were expecting to see maybe a little bit more this year. A really good performance. I think the hardpoint is something to question. The picks, we talking about it with them when we seen the maps come through, and we were a little bit curious about those hardpoint picks. And those were the only maps they ended up losing, though. So, you can sort of say, well, the hardpoint picks were a little bit weird, but they were the only maps we lost. It's kind of a good sign. Get those out of the way, don't play them again, and then go from there.
Yeah, I mean, we had seen that last year in a few matches, right, where Toronto would just come out and they'd lose both hardpoints and then end up winning the Search and Destroys of Control. This is the team we expect to see, and it just looked like Ultra from last year.
aLLeY, any thoughts?
No, it's fine. I went up in my mouth and Nameless took over. Great point, though.
But both of you were so hyped to talk right there. It's
but
okay.
I will say, as a light for the LA Thieves, again, most of us picked them to win this. And Insight, who was going to predict the fact that he was going to put the sniper in his hand and have an absolute clinic in the Search and Destroys, right? But LA Thieves is looking disgusting at hardpoint. The second that they figure out controller S&D, man, it's a different story.
Yeah, he was looking like Chris Kyle out there. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's happening tomorrow, though, because if you thought today was crazy, and this is just Thursday, by the way. Friday is going to be even better. We're going to see Minnesota Røkkr for the first time, and I can't wait. They're facing off against the Los Angeles Guerrillas. The match that I'm really waiting for, the New York Subliners versus Los Angeles Thieves. We're going coast to coast, baby. Florida Mutineers are going to have their debut here for this event, facing off against the Boston Breach, and then Ton. Paris Legion, Seattle Surge. I mean, hey, one of them got to pick it up.
Yeah, look, I think there's a lot of people who would kind of look at that game and probably know what's going to happen.
Roster change.
I would love to sit here and be like, yeah, I'm sure it'll be great. But yeah, I would love to see them change it around Paris and see how things go. But right now, they need to change a lot.
You're right.
They made a change, right? They got Tom Gravity in the team now. So maybe he can be, the light that they need going into it. And Seattle's coming off of a big loss. So I honestly don't know what to expect with that Paris team.
Exactly. aLLeY, this has been incredible so far. I mean, what are your total thoughts on day 1 here for the CDL Major 1?
What do you mean day 1? We have 3 more days to go, Belly. I am already exhausted, and we have 5 matches tomorrow that all of them across the board are going to be exciting.
I can't wait. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you guys already know the deal. Same place, same time tomorrow. You're going to catch the likes of me. You're going to see more of Ton, aLLeY, Nameless, and our incredible casting pairs for everything that has happened today. And by the way, once again, this is Thursday. We have until Sunday. The matches are going to get bigger. The matches are going to get better. We have no idea what to expect so far because from the surprises and upsets and teams just showing their absolute dominance. Right here in the CDL, I said it before in the pre-show, man. This is the hottest game in the world right now for this event, and you definitely want to tune in. We'll see you guys tomorrow for some more CDL action. Take care. We love you guys. You have a good night.